Hello everyone, this is ZeroJart, and this is my second tutorial of drawing Quiet. This is the cover art of the newly released Metal Gear Phantom Pain artwork from Yoji Shinkawa. I really love it, and I really got motivated to do all of the covers of the newly released artwork, so please stay tuned and just keep up the update. And I always go for the eyes first. I was kind of struggling with the eyes because I didn't get the details I wanted. There's two reasons for that. First, the tripod I made it myself, just with a few wooden sticks. The height where I put my camera at is right at my eye level, so it covers and blocks my view. So I really have to put my head, just bobble my head around to try to get the view that I want, and that's why I kind of lose details. And the second is, it's been long since I drew with this brush pen, and it was out of ink, and I didn't notice it until mid painting. Yeah, around this part I noticed it, and then I changed to a new ink cartridge, and now my lines are getting better. They're more clean and they have more detail and they're sharp. So that really helped me out, and I just probably go back and try to fix the eye because it looks kind of weird. If I knew that in the beginning, it'll probably help me out more on doing the facial expressions and stuff, but too bad. Well, what I mostly do is I always follow my sketches. Sometimes I always don't go as a sketch, but basically I follow the sketches. And while I put down the ink, I know, when I put it down, it's a firm decision. So, and just as always, trying to give varieties of line weight. Like the thighs, they're massive. They're the biggest part in the body, so I put a little more strength on it and give it more line weight. I'm sorry about this part, but it's been a long time since I did a recording. I was working on the legs, and I didn't notice that my camera was still up on the upper body part, and I was like, oh, did a big mistake there, but I'm sorry. Next recording I will always follow what I do. And this is not real time. I'll do a real time of the coloring part though. It's been long since I did a recording, so I just wanted to do a really nice painting first and probably do the coloring part of it in real time. Okay, we'll come back for the real-time part. It's all in one video, so I'm just going to stop it right here. Okay guys, this coloring part of Phantom Pain, Quiet. Right now you see all these layers, right? It's for people who know how to do digital painting. They'll know what it is, and people who are beginners, they can look at my tutorial and see what I did. I'll try to go over as detailed as possible. Okay, I'm going to turn off all the layers for now, so you don't get distracted. Okay, this is my original line work. This is what I did by hand, and there's no color in it. The grays, they might have a little warm or cool because it's a color scanner. Anyways, okay, I've turned on my multiply layer. This is all the coloring that I put in. So the big tips I can give for you is putting down the midtones, because if you put down the midtones, and then it's always easier. You can always block it in, everything in, block in the head shapes. Okay, that's not the right eraser, hold on. So you can always block the head in, and then always, you can just click this color and then go to a darker color. Some people, they put more color in it, and some people, they just want more saturated, desaturated. So you can always get the feel, put the shadows in like that, and you can always put a little more. And I'm just roughly gonna do this so it won't look great. And this is the highlights for, like, you know, cheekbones, forehead, and, you know, eye sockets. Nose. Okay, I'm pretty sucking at this, but you get the general idea. If I had a sketch, it would work better. And she wouldn't look like a Chinese or Asian. You see that? Okay. It's like the basic, and you can put down for the chin part, highlight. And you can always, you know, keep on building up. You get the general idea, right? And so I went from mid-tone, and then I went over with the shadows, and then it's basically the same technique for every part. And the Phantom Pain. So you just put some time and put in your mid-tones, highlights, and shadows. And then I have the next layer, highlights. So I'll turn this on and off. I just put in a little more highlights on, giving it more detail. If you see, compare it. So it gives a little bit more detail, and it puts it all together, because it's a simple digital painting. It's not that detailed, but just putting in a little bit of highlights and just trying to pull out a little bit more of the details can really help. And there's the overlay. If you see here, right now she's kind of pale, but what I did with the overlay, I put a little more red in it and yellow, so you see she has a little more blush in it. I really like to put overlays on my characters or in my digital painting. It really kind of gives it a little more color. So I can show you right here. This is the multiply layer, and then I'll probably pick two red. Okay, and when you put down overlay, I always go with the airbrush, so it can kind of just think about putting makeup on. So you see it changing, and you're coloring. And you can always, you know, go back soft, because think of it as putting makeup on her. And you can always change the colors too. If you want more yellow for the highlights, always can. Like that. So if I turn off the overlay, it loses color. And for also, if you see in the stockings and on her equipment, I put more blue in, because cooler side, giving darker shadows, if you put blue in it, it gives temperature to the shadows as well. You can always put blue in the face as well if you would like, but I would rather put violet or purplish. Not that cool, but this is gonna be kind of hard, isn't it? Because it's gonna be too saturated, a saturation. So okay, that's not too bad. But oh. So you can give a little bit temperature to the shadows as well, even in the face. I can, you know, do this. It looks even different, a different style when I put the violet in. Actually, I like this better than the one I uploaded. I think I should stick with the violet, actually. See, always learn new stuff. Okay, looks pretty nice. And then for my last one is the color dodge layer. The color dodge, what it does is it really saturates and over brights. I don't know. Highlights everything. If you use it well, it's really cool. But if you use it not the way it's supposed to, it's gonna look kind of weird. And highlights. Let's see. So if you see, I put highlights on her breast, her body, and her hair, and on her equipment, and even on the knife. So I'll give you a demo on this part. So this is color dodge. The color dodge has color, so okay. And what it does, if there's a highlight, it brings it out more. So I just slightly press that part, and it's just giving a crazy highlight. But if I say press on this part and put it down, it won't be as bright. It brings out the highlights more and gives that like stunning reflection feel to it. So if you use it well, it's really nice. But I need to bring down the opacity of my brush so it can maybe too low. Okay, no wonder. I'm on my overlay. Okay, that was a bad move. Okay, it's color dodge 50. So seems like the sun is hitting the forehead like crazy right there, isn't it? And for the cheekbone and nose highlight, lip highlight, chin. You can use like different brushes and give like more detailed highlights as well. If you can see that crazy highlight there, or even so the opacity on my brush is too bright. Maybe on her neck bone. Right there. And for, you know, it brings out the highlights intensively. So try to use this well. And you can do some cool effects with this too, like if you want like a backlit, you just take your brush and then you just go over this. Like the sun is like right behind her and it's intensively just you know, highlighting her. And if so, if I turn it off, it's really cool. You can do a lot of cool effects with it, with the color dodge. And it's a really nice layer, the color dodge. If you use it well, it just gives us cool effects that we wouldn't think of, like the natural light source. And that's about it. And okay, my last is fairly quiet and zero. The quiet font is Gotham. I mean, the Phantom Pain font they use is Gotham. And what they did right here, hold on. Okay, this part, they put down the font and then they went over with Metal Gear and they put it in white, so it overlays, it overlaps, and it gives nice negative shapes on it. And that's what I did with quiet. Let me get rid of my crude painting over there. Color dodge. Okay, so if you see here, I would make it black, and this is ZeroJ right here, and put it in white. That's how I got the effect, if anyone wanted to know. People who probably saw the video knew what it is. And okay, this is my tutorial, and I'll just give you, so this is what I did, and this is like the tutorial version of it. And I actually like the violet in here. It really gives it a little more coloring and life. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please subscribe and like. Thank you.